Honestly, the reason why I didn't speak to the media after the game because I didn't want to be negative. I had already transitioned to the mindset where we were going through a tough time, and so me personally, the person I am, who just know I just have to go back to work, and ain't nothing I could do about it, and like I said after the game. I said I was raised. If I had nothing nice to say, I'm not going to say nothing at all. So I'm not just about to continue to compound the negative with the negative. So you guys can write more negative stuff. Like, you guys watch the game too. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you guys already know. So that's why I was like, there's nothing more that I can say, I'm not trying to make it worse than what it is. And so, and then on top of that, everything that I do, if I say something, I do anything, I'm classified as a monster, honestly, and it's honestly the opposite. You saw my frustration on the field. It wasn't about the play call. It wasn't about none of that. It was about my guy getting banged up, and I'm gonna need Smitty moving forward. And but that was it. I apologize to my teammates today, because they shouldn't have to answer questions on my behalf. I'm a man. I can speak for myself. I was actually looking forward to seeing one of the reporters here today because I wanted to ask him a question. I'm still going to say the question because he wrote a story, and I did read the story. It was about he said a veteran said something about me and this and that. So I was going to ask him, who is the veteran? Because I know who I am, and I know that's not, you can portray me however you want to portray me, but you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, like, I know who I am. And so I try to be careful what I say because you guys still gonna write it up however you want to write it up. I was a journalism major, like that's your job. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not upset at none of y'all or whatever, but that's just what comes with it. So
why did you feel the need to apologize to your teammates?
Because to me, honestly, because I felt like I was doing the right thing. I was doing the right thing as a captain, and by not compounding the negative with the negative. Like, we're going through tough times, so. I don't want to continue to be negative, and and it took me a couple of days to realize, like, my teammates are answering questions on my behalf. I can speak for myself. I'm a man, so yeah.
You mentioned that the Devontae's injury was a reason for frustration at that moment. Have there been other reasons for frustration that you've seen?
Of course, I think that's another thing too. Another thing why I wanted to apologize too, because all you see is AJ Brown frustrated with the Eagles, AJ this, AJ that, but everybody in his locker room is frustrated. So why are you singling me out because I'm frustrated? Like, just because I'm shaking my head, I'm showing emotion. You can look at everybody in the stadium has bad body language. They're frustrated, And so, yeah, I wanted to clear that up because it's not about me. Like, we're all frustrated. So I wanted to clear that up, man. Your question was?
No, about the other sources of the frustration.
Yeah, because I want to win. Like, I want to win, and I'm trying to do everything in my power to win. Like, I wake up before the sun come up. I go home when the sun is past hours after the sun has gone down. Like, this is our life. We dedicate our whole entire life to this. And I'm sorry I'm cursing, but it's serious to us. You know what I'm saying? And so it comes with frustration because if one man goes the wrong way, a half inch, the play is over. It doesn't work, and that's what happens. And that's what actually happened that last drive. That Brian is getting crucified on the play call or whatever. That second play, if somebody go the left and block a certain person, it's a 30-yard touchdown by Jalen. He runs in. So that's why it's the greatest game that's the greatest game it is today, because it takes all 11 to be on the same page, and one person mess up, the whole play is over with.
AJ, for the people that question whether you're upset with targets, and you talked about a reporter addressing things, how do you address that when you hear people questioning that you're upset because it's kind of an individual thing?
I already kind of addressed that, but that's something I can't really control. Honestly, man, I don't even ask for the ball in the game. I don't even talk to Brian. I don't say nothing to nobody. Like, Smitty is the one vocal. He's the more vocal one. Y'all don't even see that. But I don't say nothing during the game. I don't ask for the ball, but But you know, if a wide receiver says anything, then he's classified as a diva. He's want the ball. No, like maybe I'm holding my teammates accountable. You know, like we have those tough conversations. But if a quarterback does it, then don't nobody say nothing. But if a receiver does it, then it's the end of the world. You know. But you know, that is what it is, and I can't control that. You know, I know who I am, and I try to push my teammates. You know, and I'm not gonna change who I am. You know, and that's what it is.
You mentioned you spoke to everybody beforehand.
Frustrated, and you mentioned you're all frustrated. You talk about the conversations. How do you manage the frustrations when y'all are looking over what to fix in the offense and just talking to the coaches and the players in between? Because you know, with frustrations, how do you manage that?
With everything else you do with your life, you know, you have to continue to press forward, you know, and I think that's what we're doing, you know. Just putting one foot in front of the other, going back to work, because that's what it comes down to anyway. No talking. You can talk about it all day, but till you go on the practice field and you put in that work and you grind, that's the only way you're going to get out of a rut. And so right now, yeah, we got knocked down. Okay, we're going to get back up. If we get knocked down again, we're going to get back up. That's just what and that's actually what we're trying to do, and that's all that we're doing. So
You mentioned that
with Nick and Jalen, you three have won a lot since you got here. This is probably the toughest stretch you've been through. What have you learned about your relationship with Nick and Jalen during this kind of downfall?
I can tell you that there may be things that Nick probably want to fix about himself, and I'll say, but the one thing I can't respect, loyalty is not one of them. And I say that because he takes up for us when it has nothing to do with him, and he gets the blame. But that comes with his job, you know. And sometimes Jalen does the same thing, and just like Brian, he get the wrong end of the stick sometimes when it be us. But because like I said today, the coaches played 0 snaps this year. It is not the coaches, it is us. And so, but like I said, if one person goes the wrong way, the whole play is over with. And as you guys see, it is glimpse. It is highs and lows. It goes just like this. And so that's why I feel like. Honestly, I feel like we are close. We are close to continue to getting better and continue to take that next step. You know, with all this freaking adversity, we right there. That's what happens when you're trying to get to the next step. Gravity pulls against you. Everything pulls against you, and I think that's what this team is going through right now. And I think once we fight through that, push through that, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be right where we need to be. Because I know we got great people in this locker room. We got good people.
you mentioned that you spoke before, right?
Nick talked about the
to do that, to get, you know, to
What it takes, like I said, it takes going to work, practicing, you know, holding each other accountable. It's just putting in that work. That's simple.
Nick's talked about the conversations that you guys have had the last couple of weeks. I guess how would you characterize those conversations? How do you feel coming out of them?
I feel fine. Like people say I'm beefing with Nick. I'm not mad at Nick. I'm not mad at nobody. Like we have a great relationship. Like I said, like I got a ton of respect for Nick. Cause like I said, he take up for us when it be us, you know. And I even said, for example, I'm gonna get detailed. For example, I know that's what y'all want anyway, but I'm gonna get detailed. Like for the Seattle game, that was on us. Like we messed that up. We improvised and we went on our own. And Nick came out and said, "Oh, I wanted to try to get a flag or something crazy like that." It's like he really made himself look like a fool for us. I have nothing but respect for him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because not all coaches do that. You know what I'm saying? So like, bro, we ride with Nick. We ride with Brian. We just got to come out. We just got to play ball. That's all it is. It's either one person messing up or something like that. And not saying that somebody just trying to mess up, but it happens. We human. You know what I'm saying? So like, but like I said, there's highs and lows, and you see the glimpses. So that's why I'm like, bro, we right there. We right there. Despite everything, despite everybody saying this or saying that, like we right there. And we know we are. And that's the only thing that matters. That we know. You know, you can say whatever you want to say, but when it happens, then it's gonna be like, oh, what is going on? Oh. What if it don't happen? Then we're gonna try again. That's just what it is, and that's how you have to approach life.
AJ,
What was the reception when after by
the players are the ones that making the plays? Does everybody in this locker room feel that way?
I can't speak for everybody in the locker room. I can't speak for everybody in the locker room, but they don't play. Do the coaches play? Have you seen a coach on film play? Well, there shouldn't be no question about it then. Honestly.
When you look at the weight of these guys,
And I'm not calling out. I'm not just bashing my team or nothing that. But I'm just saying. But like, you shouldn't blame nobody who don't lace their cleats up. So I'm not saying that we are blaming or whoever media blaming. I'm just saying we play.
When it comes to Jalen, what are the pluses and if there are any drawbacks of being essentially best friends with the quarterback when you're going through some less than ideal times?
I think, honestly, with being friends, I think conversations get blown out of proportion. Sometimes it may look heated than what it really may be. And nowadays everything is broadcast. If we have a conversation and we're arguing, I'm arguing about targets or something like that, and in reality, just something that we may saw or he didn't see or I didn't see, or something was said, and that'd be the end of it. It doesn't be that deep. But the media, the reporters say whatever, on TV, the commentators say whatever, the whole world go with it, and that's just how it happens. So
when you look at the way that they,
AJ, you said you're not complaining about targets, but you haven't had a 100-yard receiving game in the past 4 games. You haven't had a touchdown during this losing streak, and you only had 1 target in the second half. So isn't targeting you part of the solution here?
I mean, I'm always say, like I said last year, if you throw me the ball 105 times, I'm gonna win 106 times. That's me as a wide receiver, because I feel like I could change the game in a moment. But if I don't get the ball, all right, he may felt like that was best. So there's nothing I can do about it. Like I said, I was not mad about the call or whatever. I was upset at my partner going down. I saw he got rolled up, and now because I know I'm gonna need Smitty down the stretch. So that's what it was, and people may not believe that, but I don't care, man. It's at this point, like, I don't care. I don't care. They're gonna create whatever narrative, and like they're gonna split in the locker room and all this shit. That's bullshit. And honestly, I'm kind of glad. What's his name? What's the reporter name? Mark. I'm kind of glad he's not here, because I was gonna ask him, because I wanted to know, like, who's saying that, because I know my teammates are around for me. And I'm around for them. And I got their back. So
when you spoke to them today, when it comes to that,
thank you.
Thanks, AJ.